Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Fuzzy Slipper edition of Cape Conversations. It's good to have you here today. Oh, we got a great guest, Jean Pendergast of the Sandwich Cultural District Steering Committee. She's got all kinds of information about public art that's coming to Sandwich. So come along, let's have another Cape Conversations. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me today for another Fuzzy Slipper edition of Cape Conversations. And I am here with Jean Pendergast. Oh my gosh, she's not only a friend, she's a beautiful singer. Oh my God, to die for singer. And she is the chair of the Glasstown Cultural District Steering Committee. Whew, Jean, welcome.
Thank you, Melinda. I'm happy to be here.
Well, tell me, what is the chairman of the Glasstown Cultural District Steering Committee do, as opposed to the non-steering committee?
Well, when in 2012, a bunch of very wonderful Sandwich citizens worked very hard to get a designation from the state of Massachusetts to become a cultural district. And in doing so, they set up, and this is uniform among all the cultural districts in the Commonwealth, they set up a steering committee of interested stakeholders to make the district run. And so it's a very illustrious committee, maybe with the exception of me. I guess that's why I'm chairman. It gives me a job. But so we have partner institutions that are represented on the committee. So we have Katie Campbell, who is the director of the Glass Museum. And we have Ann Scott Putney, who is the director of Heritage. Those are our partner institutions. So they're on what?
Don't you just love her? I mean, I love Katie too, but
Yes.
Don't you love it? She is wonderful, isn't she?
They both are, and they both have worked so hard for this project, and I'm so indebted to them. It's hard to be the chairman of a committee where everybody is very important and you have to tell them all what to do, but both of them have been fantastic, and both institutions have given us so much help. And so then we have Joanne Lamoth, who is our librarian. We also have Ralph Fataco, who is our town planner.
Yeah.
So you can see we have different institutions within and within the district that are helping to run it. We have Paula Johnson, who is head of SCTV.
Yeah.
We have Rob Vinciguerra, everybody on the committee has a role and a representation in the town. So Rob is kind of dual. He is media because he works at SCTV, but he's also, as you know, an artist and a former gallery owner. And so he sort of represents that side of things. We have Charlene Johnson, who you may know, who has been very active in our town. She's a philanthropist. She has a big history in philanthropy in general and nonprofits in general. We have Lee Repetto, and she runs the Spotted Cod. She owns the Spotted Cod. So
sure, I know Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's our retail representative. All right, now who am I forgetting? Is that 9 people, including me?
I think so.
Okay, so everybody on the committee, and I'm an artist representative, so I come there as a singer. And the whole idea about these cultural districts was, I don't know if you remember, but they did a study and they concluded that the Nutcracker in Boston at the Wang Center, when it was the Wang Center, whatever it was, brought in more revenue to the city than all the sports things combined. Mm-hmm. And so what they found out was that the arts are a driving economic force as well as enriching to the community. So they decided to set up these districts, and the districts have to be a small walkable area that is loaded with historical, especially in case of Sandwich, historical and cultural assets. So ours is basically the downtown of Sandwich. Mm-hmm. And so we have the library, and we have Town Hall, which now has a wonderful performance venue upstairs. And we have the Glass Museum. and we have the downtown area of shops and businesses. And so, and then we often, first night, as you are well aware, as being an organizer of that and working so hard on it, we have those types of things. And so when we were first organized, we spent a lot of time supporting all the things that went on in the district financially, because we got grants from the state. We got 2 Adams grants. And so we basically spent that money supporting organizations. So first night, the Cape Cod Corral, different, remember the Dodge McKnight exhibit?
Yeah.
375. We paid for, remember the big like laser light show that they did at First Church?
Yes.
We paid for that. The Talk of the Town lecture series. At one point, First Church was having a concert series in the summer. We bankrolled some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Then we got involved with the trolley, and we decided the trolley would be a great way to take people around town and introduce them, and it would bring tourists in, and it was also it would be a nice thing for residents to do. So we ran the trolley program for quite a while. And then we transitioned the trolley into more of a special events thing to raise money, because we ran out of that grant money. So then we needed to raise funds in order to do what we wanted to do. So along this time, all while we're doing all these different projects, we decide that we want to do a public art project right from the very beginning. I have notes from years ago where that was one things we wanted to do. So we decided, I want to say 2 years ago now, that that's what we were going to focus on. So we did. And the first thing we needed to do was raise the funds, which we did. We got some grants and we put the money together. And then we had to decide, what the parameters were going to be and how we were going to run this and how we could run this, because we're a town committee. We're appointed by the town. Our funds are held by the town, but we also have a Friends of group that holds some funds so that we can raise funds. So I don't know if you remember the haunted, well, you've been in it, of course you remember, but the haunted graveyard tour, that was set up to be fun and interesting, but it also raised money for this project. So anyway, so we've been focusing on this for a long time, and this is our dream project, and we're well on the way now.
Oh, that's great. So this current project is all about public art.
That's all it is public art.
Well, now I sit on the Sandwich Cultural Council, not to be confused with the Gloustown Cultural District.
Right.
And they are doing some funding for public art. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes. And in fact, I think one of the things they're going to do is, when I think COVID is over, they're going to do some public art out in the recreation area where the new skate park is.
Oh,
and
nice.
The pickleball court is, where they're doing a family mural, a big.
Oh, nice.
I think.
Nice.
I think that's what it's going to be. I could be lying to you because I only sit on the. Do I have to pay attention at the meetings when I go? Anyway, so yeah, so public art is a big deal for me, and anybody who looks at my Facebook page in the past has seen what I have put up from other places in the world where I've been fortunate enough to go. And one of the places was Quebec, Canada, a couple of years ago. The amount of public art they have there, from their harbor, which is a big port, actually, a big, huge port, where they get the big, giant ships come in with all the tourists on them, the cruise ships, and also fishing and all things. They have public art there. They have public art on the land there and in the water there, which is amazing. It was unbelievably beautiful. It was canoes, all different colors of canoes, strung above a little inlet. There's water below, so that when I took the picture, you see the reflection of the canoes in the water, and you don't know which is which. It's very cool.
Oh, pretty.
But they also, in the
Pretty.
arts district, all of their lights are like the time when we were there, and it changes, is my understanding. They had giant lampshades on all their lights that were all decorated or all painted by artists. So as you drove down this street, it was like being in a place with giant lampshades that were all hand painted. It was unbelievably.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, unbelievably gorgeous. And it has always driven me crazy that you had to be in a big town, a city, before you could have public art. And I've always thought public art really is about the masses, and it's about small towns, and it's what makes small towns work, So
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. I know that a few years ago, the Chamber of Commerce wanted Sandwich to do some public art. And they got a guy who did they were giant, I saw them, actually, I saw one. It was like the giant stones with a center that was of glass. And they were going to be put, but the town fathers, our selectmen at that time rejected it. And so they took the money and went somewhere else. But I don't know. I'm sure.
Well, I'm not sure. Okay. Well, we were very involved with that. And I think you just got a little bit, we dropped out of that project because we weren't going to have control over what the public art was going to be in the end. So we dropped out because we weren't going to be able to choose it. They were going to choose it. And we just felt like that wasn't going to work in Sandwich, especially in a historic district.
Yeah.
So we went along with that project, and we found some art that we really liked. And there was an artist that we saw that did something that we liked, and we went back and said, this is what we would like. And he said, I don't want to do that anymore. And then it just got very complicated, and we lost control of the projects, and we just felt that we owed the citizens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just needed control over it. Yeah.
So what are you looking for? What kind of public art are you looking for?
So we really just have 4 parameters. We want to give the artist a tremendous amount of leeway and creativity with this, but we have 4 parameters. First of all, we want the art to have a nod to the historical nature of the district. Mm-hmm. We want the artist to be thinking about that and have some sort of reference to that in the final work. We would like the art to be made either entirely of glass, because this is the town that glass built, or have components of glass. We would like it lit solar. We want solar lighting. So we want it to be lit in the evening in a subtle way, but we want it to be solar lighting. And then we want it to engage the public. We want something that the public is going to delight in and be attracted to and be excited by. We have chosen a site. So the art is going to go in a particular site. So if you're at Town Hall, and then you know where the grist mill is, and you know there's that grassy knoll, it's going to be there at the top of that grassy knoll.
Oh, nice.
Subject to it working out physically. Apparently there's some damp spots, and we're going to avoid that, but that's generally the site right there. I also should mention that this is going to be a temporary work of art. So this is going to be installed. We expect the lifespan of it to be about 3 years, and then it will be removed, and maybe we'll put up something else. I don't know, but it's not going to stay there forever. It's a temporary work of art. Okay. So those are the parameters of it. Yeah.
So where you're talking about is where the lighthouse used to be for first night, right? Remember the lighthouse?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's at the top of the hill there. At the top of the hill, by the sidewalk that goes to the grist mill. Okay. All right, great.
Well, and like I said, don't hold me to this, because it's all going to depend on how heavy the artwork is, what the town engineers think will work, and what the artist wants to do. So, as you should know, with art, you can't be too hard and fast. We're going to have to wait and see how it all, but that's the general place. We have a wonderful landscape artist, landscape architect here in town, Bernice Waller. I don't know if you know her,
No.
but she's very well known. And she donated $3,000 worth of site work to us. And she went around our district and she located sites where she thought public art would go. And she did that, you know, with her eye and with her practical knowledge of how these things work. And she gave us a wonderful portfolio of other sites that we might want to do future projects.
Wow.
But of all the sites that we looked at, we felt this would be iconic. We thought it was a good spot because it was safe. You know, it's behind a fence, it's well lit. And anyway, so we picked that site. But I just want to shout out to Bernice Waller for doing that work for us. She donated it and gave us some wonderful, and we're going to use her other ideas as well. So, but with this we chose this site.
Well, it sounds like it'd be wonderful. So what is the time frame?
So the time frame is the call to artists just went out. It went out, I want to say, the very end of November. The proposals are due February 1st. So the artists have, as soon as they get it, they have time until February 1st to give us a proposal. And then on February 1st, we are going to take those proposals and they will go to a design review panel. And I have already sent out the invitations to everyone that's going to be on that panel. Our idea was to have stakeholders all look at these designs, and I can tell you who we've invited, and we have to wait and see who they send. But I'm going to put my glasses on for this because I don't want to miss anybody. But so we invited Bernice Waller to be on the design review panel. We've invited a visual artist from the Arts Alliance. We have invited the art department chair at the high school.
Nice.
We're inviting a selectman, and we're inviting a member from the Historic Commission and the Historic Committee.
Excellent.
So, they're going to look at all the proposals, and when they're done, they're going to recommend one or two or three of the top proposals that they see. They're going to recommend them to the Glasstown Cultural District Steering Committee, and then we are going to make the final decision.
Wonderful.
And then we're going to take that choice to the selectmen. And so that's going to happen between, I want to say March 1st and April 1st. And we're going to take that, because remember, we meet once a month. The selectmen meet more often. So hopefully we can coordinate this. So we're going to vote on what we think is the best proposal. And then we're going to take it to the selectmen, and they're going to approve it. We hope they're going to approve it. And then at that point, when the selectmen vote to approve the project, then the artist will sign a contract with the town. And at that point, the artist gets busy. So I would assume starting April 1st, the artist will be able to fabricate and complete their plans, fabricate whatever they're going to do. And they have from April 1st to, let's say the end of August to do that. And then I would imagine construction would begin early fall, in September. And then hopefully sometime in the fall, we'll have a finished project that we can unveil to the town.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So we're looking at 2021, fall of 2021.
So I guess the question is there funding involved for the artists? So they're going to get paid for their work, or just for their materials?
They are the cost of this project. The fee for this project is $15,000. So the artist will get $15,000. But this will include everything, and I'm going to read to you what it's going to include, because I want the public to know we're not just throwing money around. But you
mean like drunken glass workers or something? You're throwing money around?
Right, exactly. So it includes fabrication and construction and documentation. I wrote this. Oh, here we go. It includes materials, fabrication, installation, documentation, and maintenance, as well as their fee. We kind of were thinking that the fee to everything else ratio was probably, the fee was $10,000 and $5,000 for everything else. that's sort of how we were looking at it. But obviously, it's up to the artist to decide how that all works. And it may be a team of artists. It might be like, a couple of artists that do this together. We don't know, but what we do know is we only have $15,000. So we will continue to fundraise so that we have some money to do other things, as well as to help with the promotion of it and to help to do other things. But that's the fee, $15,000.
Okay, great. Well, so that said, have you had it? You just sent out the call for artists, right? The call to artists. You just
right, right.
But you haven't heard from anybody yet.
Well, as far as I know, no, because there's a lot of ways that these artists can reach out. One of the things that we're excited about, we didn't want the town. See, the town doesn't want to be managing a project like this and have people calling them constantly.
Really?
Right? They're so busy. Right. And so
I'm so surprised you would say that.
Well, we just understand that they're understaffed and there's a lot going on in town, and that's crazy. So luckily, Rob Vinciguerra has agreed to be the liaison.
Oh, good.
So he has put his email. Yeah, so he has put his email. So when the artist sees this this call to artists, they're directed to the town website. And actually, any citizen can go on the town website, and if you write in the search bar "call to artists" document, they can pull it up and read it.
Oh, great.
So this is a transparent thing. This is a taxpayer funded. Now, they didn't pay the taxes. This is a grant from the state. However, they can look at anything that we're doing. That's very transparent. But in that call to artists document, there's a little paragraph that said that site visits are encouraged to the artists who want to propose something. So they can come and look at the site and see if that gets them all excited or gives them inspiration. And Rob has put his email in there so that they can email Rob and he can meet them there. And if they have questions that, let's say, the town needs to answer or that we need to answer, he's going to be the liaison. So he can find the answer for the artists and he will meet them there and show them the site, socially distanced, of course, and it is outside, so that's good. And so that's going to help, sort of speed things along, and then the town will not get bogged down with all of that.
Do they have to be a Cape Cod artist, or can they be from off Cape?
No.
Can they be from anywhere in the world?
Well, they can be. We sent this out regionally. We sent it out. Initially, we were thinking all over the world, but then we started to get practical about it. And we thought, let's say, for instance, let's say they build something that has arms on it, whatever, and the arm falls off. And our artist is in, Helsinki. Well, how are we going to fix it if our artist is in Helsinki, right? So we decided to go more regionally. And of course, we are blessed regionally with a lot of great glass artists.
Yes, we are.
As we know, in this town alone, we have some of the leading glass artists, right here. But so we did sort of a regional approach. We sent it as far and wide as we could within, I want to say New England was the regional outreach. But, I sent press releases to the Boston Globe, the Patriot Ledger, the New Bedford Standard Times, obviously the Cape Cod Times. I'm trying to think where else. And then Ann Scott Putney had put together a list of arts organizations and art schools. And Katie Campbell added to that list because obviously she knows the whole community. And so we had quite a sending list of this call to artists document, which we sent out. So I think what I would say is, I don't know who we're going to hear from, and we have made no determination that if the person is out of New England, we wouldn't look at it. But part of, if you read the call to artists document, part of what is going to make up our mind is this person available to help with maintenance and on call in case we have a storm and something happens? I mean, execution of this is a big part of this. And so if the person's able to execute and help with the maintenance, that's going to be a leg up for that person.
Gotcha. Well, and that makes good sense. That makes very good sense. So so the deadline for that is turning in a proposal.
February 1st.
February 1st.
February 1st.
Determination is April 30th?
First.
April 1st.
First. April
Okay.
1st.
Okay. All right. Good.
Right.
So now, Jean, other than just hanging around doing this stuff, what are you doing with all of your singing as an artist? I mean, my goodness. I mean, you're a soloist.
Well,
I know you sing at weddings and things like that, but you're also a soloist with organizations and large choral groups. What's happening?
right. Well, it's really hard. It's very, very difficult for most people like me, because singing is really one of the worst things you can do. When we were talking about the carol sing, you know, I'm told that it's 20 feet distance between singers. That's how far, it's gross to say this, but you know, in order to hear what I'm saying, what my words are, I need to really enunciate.
Yes.
20 feet,
Yeah.
20 feet. So think about that. So that really changes things. I sing for St. Mary's in West Barnstable. I'm their section leader, soprano section leader. And they've gone fully remote to protect their parishioners. And so we've been doing a lot of recording. So over the summer, I would record, I would be sent like a master tape, and I would listen to it and I would record my voice and send it back. And those would be uploaded, and during the service, they would be played. And that was challenging, especially in the summer, because I had a full house load of people that came back for COVID, my 2 sons plus a friend.
Oh, no.
And also the windows are open and everyone is mowing their lawn all times of the day or night, weed whackers, you know.
Yeah.
So in order to record, I would have to kick everyone out of the house, close all the windows, turn the air conditioners off, turn off the washer dryer. And it's amazing what can be picked up in the house and as background, the dishwasher, everything had to be off. And then I would record. So that was for the summer. Then recently I've been doing some video recording. So, you know, singing live and recording are 2 completely different animals. You know, when you sing live, you know, you get a little nervous. You have to be ready to sing. You have to be in good shape. You have to know your music. But you get up, you do it, and it's done. But when you record, you know, I'll record something and then I'll play it back. And I thought it was great. And I'll play it back and say, oh, what was that snort did I just go in the middle of that? You know, you say, and then worse is just, you know, I wish this happened when I was younger. So I just say no more. So I did a video one, and I'm singing along this beautiful song about the baby, gorgeous song about Jesus. And I'm singing along, and in my head, I'm thinking, oh my God, when did I get so old? And then I'm thinking, no, that's not the point. And so, yeah, it's been challenging. It's been very challenging. And and it's very hard not to make music with other people, you know, and not to be in the, I miss that. I miss blending with other people. I miss seeing people when you sing. To just sing in a vacuum is, it's not what I signed up to do. No. You know, and it's been challenging, really challenging. Okay. I mean, I'm lucky that, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that my prodigal grandson, whom you know, Braden, he has 2 million likes on TikTok. So perhaps you need to get on TikTok.
On TikTok, yeah, maybe.
No, they have all kinds of stuff.
I don't know.
Are you kidding me? I've gotten to the point where I love it. I'm a follower. So I follow people. Right. Obviously, I follow my grandson, right. But I follow all these other people. But people they put up all kinds of outrageous things, but there are some beautiful singers on there. Unbelievable. Yeah, and I mean, he's fortunate because his dad built him in their basement a recording studio. So he's got the silent, he's got the quiet, he's got, you know, all the soundproofing and all that kind of stuff, and the microphones. That, which does make a difference. Yeah. You wonder how long we're going to be doing this. I mean, I'm a director. I'm not directing anything. Right. Other than Joe, and he doesn't like it. So there you go.
He doesn't want you to direct him, right?
No, he
No,
really doesn't want me to direct him.
right.
So
It's very difficult.
So are you singing around the house?
I just,
Singing carols around the house?
well, as much as I do, I mean, I think I annoy the people in this household. They're so used to it. But yeah, I put on my Christmas music and sing along. I will say my husband is annoyed with me because I think it was Christmas 2 years ago, he gave me a big wad of cash, a big wad, and said, I want you to make a recording. And so, you know how it is. I sort of put it off, and I was doing other things, and I was doing this concert and that, and this, blah, blah, and then it just sort of slid by me. And the plan is that Misao Koyama and myself, we're going to do, and I miss her.
We all miss
and we're
her.
going to do,
She's
yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, and so we're going to do a recording. So, and I've been I've been doing a little bit about what I want to record and this and that. So I do want to make a recording, but obviously COVID has kind of slowed that down because Misao and I can't really be in the same room, and you need to be in the same room when someone's accompanying you and collaborating with you. So, but I do need to make like a legit recording in a studio and do it. But having said that, I wish I had gotten off my duff and done it before this, but I had sort of planned that this year, hilariously, in my goals for January 1st of 2020, it was entertain more and give another concert and make a recording. Those were my goals. So,
well, those are wiped out.
Entertaining, not so. Yeah, exactly. So let's try them again for this year. Maybe it will work.
Well, see, this is so good. I have no goals now. So I have no goals. So whatever happens, like, wow, that happened. That's good. Yeah, I was directing 2 plays and they're gone. They were gone immediately. And, I'm in collaboration doing something else with somebody else, another play. And who knows?
Right.
We don't.
Right.
Although
it will come back.
Looking up. It's looking up. That's all we can say.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes. You're being very positive. Yes. So, Jean, thank you so much.
Well, it is looking up. Yeah.
Today. It is wonderful that you talked with us, and you are, which I think is such a great title, the chair of the Glasstown Cultural District Steering Committee. And it's a mouthful of words, but it must be very important. It's very important. And I want to thank you for your time and your
Well, it is.
It
is very. Yeah. Well, thank you, Melinda. And I want everyone who hears this, and tell your friends, I want everyone to be excited about public art in Sandwich. It's going to be, we're all very excited.
Well, they have it in every place else in the world. Why can't we have it here? That's my theory.
We can.
We're not that
and we
special. Will. We can and we will. And we will because of you. Hey, thank you so much.
Well,
I appreciate you being with me today. And listen, you stay safe. Have a happy holiday. Wow, Jean Pendergast, chair of the Cultural District Steering Committee. What a great guest. She's got it all down with all this art that's going to be in the middle of the village of Sandwich. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful. Can't wait for it. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time on another Cape Conversations.